guys, this is Maya and welcome to my first YouTube video. I'm going to be talking over kind of like my December month a little bit and then what I'm doing for setting up for the new year, how I'm preparing for that, vision boarding, journaling, my intentions, my goals, and how to set up for that. That's going to be kind of the vibe for today. Maybe some other things, we'll see. But I kind of wanted just to like chat about some things because I know end of the year can be tough. You're reflecting on your year that you've had, and you can be upset about a lot of things and kind of wishing you did things differently. But I'm going to be chatting about kind of like how I felt for the year, and then also how I'm going to set myself up for a good year. Just, some tips, tricks, habits, etc. Because I'm right here with you, reflecting on the December. Tomorrow is the new year. So I got home yesterday from Christmas trip to see my family. And since then I've been cleaning, rearranging, detoxing, that sort of thing. I've been vacuuming. I got a vacuum for Christmas, so I've been going crazy with that. Cleaning the floors, cleaning the spaces, going through kind of each room and getting rid of expired items or items that I never use. Like, here, I'll show you. I have a lot of clothes that I've gone through today already. And I have some more things to go through. Still, my desk is quite messy, but I'm just trying to, in this next year, really embrace underconsumption, maybe. I feel like I have so many things and I think that overwhelms me and I want to have less so I utilize more, if that makes sense. And I really want to just have quality over quantity, invest in pieces that I know I'm going to really use and that I really love, rather than just having a bunch of things that I have to get like a new thing for the next year. So I really want to underconsume and make my own things. I love to bake and very crafty. So I really want to embrace making my own things and just kind of slowly decluttering through the year some items that I have, selling things off, donating, gifting to friends, especially when I move, because my lease here will end in March, so I'll be looking for a new place. So I kind of want to declutter a lot, just so I'm utilizing my space the best. But yeah, so some things I'm doing to set up for the new year is I've gone through my schedule for the next year that I know these are pretty strict dates. This is where I'm working. And then I've gone through and kind of made a schedule where it's like, this is what I'm going to do at this hour, just to have something. It's not like I'm going to do these things every single day the same exact way. This is just a schedule for me to work off of. So then I'm not overwhelmed by just day-to-day life, because I think that's something I really struggled with this past year, is just day-to-day life, what to do with my free time, because I'm so used to like school and other activities being planned for me, and then suddenly it's like adult life and you're like, what do I do with this time? There's so many things I want to do. The job I'm working is not really the job I want. It's just a source of income. So it's finding ways to input things for time that I want for myself to work on my projects, but also time for me to take care of myself, because I think I neglected that in this past year. Just being kind to myself, taking care of myself. So I've incorporated, time for working out, stretching, mindfulness, meditation. I'll put in some kind of recommendations of what things I'm going to try. Like I'm going to do some different kinds of workout routines just to get myself started right on the new year and find what works for me. Because I like doing a mix of like dance classes, Pilates, strength training, and going on walks. So I'm going to try and incorporate that into my daily routine. So at least doing one a day. And then, of course, I have time for journaling and meditation because I think those quiet moments with myself is really something I want to focus on next year. Especially, this is a huge goal for me, is to be off my phone as much as I can. Like, I might even buy like a flip phone or something so I'm not doom scrolling, because I feel like I was just over consuming and my creation was just really down. So I want to create more and consume less and really get into like physical paper materials and just more reading, more books, going places to see art in person and movies in person, just doing things like that, rather than just scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on Pinterest, which I love all those things and I think those are good in small amounts. But I think we have been kind of doing it too much and now our attention spans are really short. So I'm going to be really focusing this year on getting my attention span back so I can sit down and do things without being like, oh, I got to do this or I got to multitask. Like when I sit and watch something, I need to do something. So it's like I'm taking a deep breath and unlearning some of these bad habits that I have. Not fun. But I have like here my list. But I'll have a day for when I go to the grocery store, when I reset and clean, and like meal prep days. And then the way to make it seem like not so strict is if a day comes and it's not feeling the way I want it to go, I'll just move it around. So it's like a manageable schedule. Then I can be like this. But it lists all the things that I want to. And then I have like fun activities for when, I want some me time that isn't creative time where it's like, oh, I'm working on a project or I'm making something. It's just, stuff that I enjoy that is just for me, like playing on my Switch or junk journal or time with friends, or, just like little fun learning things. Um, and then what else am I planning? Yeah, I just have things that I'm planning for big goals in the year so I can accomplish them. Things that I want to do for myself, but also my career. And for me to really be by the end of next year, end of 2025, to be like, I'm a completely different person and I love it. And people to be like, I don't recognize you. You look great. That's the goal, is to really change everything. But yeah, so I have this list and then like little notes and stuff. I love writing notes on paper. So I have like, as I was saying earlier, some things I'm going to try in the new year. So there's like form. I love Sammy Clark and her workouts. I always find they're really motivating for me. It makes me feel good. So I want to do that. I want to do ballet classes once a week. There was also this like nervous system reset thing I saw, and I was like, oh, I want to try that because I feel like I'm in fight or flight mode sometimes. And so I just want to embrace more relaxing activities. So, like going on a walk, going in nature, sitting and just observing and not always doing something, because I think not doing something is beneficial for you as well. So I want to embrace more of those moments of observation. I think those would be really invigorating for my creativity, but also just my health. And then, of course, I have the budget that I'm gonna work on. I just went to Etsy and looked up kind of like Excel budget planner, and then I downloaded one, and then I input all of my budget stuff in there, and then I have my no buy plan for 2025. So things I'm gonna cut back on, things I don't want to get, just so I'm not over consuming, but I'm also not wasting expenses, because times are hard. And being a creative in this world is definitely expensive, but also doesn't always pay off. Pays off later. But you have to be patient, and that can be hard sometimes. So I have budget plans because I definitely do love to buy and can make anything like a little gift or sweet treat for myself. So I want to be more mindful about those things and fill it more with moments rather than physical gifts always, you know? But I think it's so good to have gifting practices in your life, but just not so often. And then I have, my major and minor goals, things I want to do, incorporating my daily routine. Like after I use a dish, wash it. Just like things like that, that I think pay off in the long run. There's that saying where it's like, do things today for you tomorrow rather than do things tomorrow because you're not doing them today. So it's, treating myself and setting myself up for success for the next day. And then, of course, personal goals and things. I've already made my vision board, and that was really fun. I just did it on my iPad, but I definitely recommend doing like a physical kind of vision board. I've done those before where you print things out and paste. You can also go through magazines and see what you like. I do love to junk journal a lot, so I have a lot of like physical materials, but I just did mine on my iPad, and then I wrote kind of my affirmation goals. So like in one corner, there's stuff about my career or love life or financials. And then underneath those pictures, I wrote an affirmation to kind of manifest. And then I put that on my backgrounds for my computer, iPad, and phone. So I see it every day. But you can also print it out. I'll probably do that, print it out and, paste it somewhere where I can see every day. Another thing that I found personally, since I'm also trying to just to get off of the digital atmosphere, I embracing, we're not embracing. I love, just as I've said before, physical paper, things I can hold. So I have like multiple different planners and calendars and journals for every different thing because I love to compartmentalize. But I have, different things everywhere. So one of those things is a week-to-week planner. So every week, new paper. I know it might seem wasteful, but this is just what works for me, and this is how I remember things. So I have that weekly planner that's on my desk, so I see it every day and I input it. I also have a Filofax, and in that Filofax, I can carry around all my things in my wallet, but also I have my planner with me, so I can take that everywhere with me, and I don't have to look at my phone because I feel like I put things in notes and then I put things in calendar and there's things in email and text. It's like all these different places and I don't want to go and open them. So for me, having these physical things that are written down is really helpful. And then of course I have a monthly calendar as well. So I can see kind of like the overall dates. And I just got a new one. For Christmas, we always get a new calendar, and then they came with these little stickers. So I'm really excited to put in my calendar all those little dates and things. I really enjoy that. And of course, I have multiple different journals. So I have, art sketchbooks, writing journal, creative writing journal, learning journal, song journal, miscellaneous journal, work journal, all these different things. And I really want to write more, but I'll also record and keep my personal data and my ideas more. So I want to get into those habits where I'm writing down ideas more, I'm sketching more, rather than keep it all in my head and then I forget. I want to have physical manifestations of that so I can keep it around me and it keeps my creativity. So those are just some little things that I'm focusing on, major goals and how I'm setting up. Some other things that I'll be doing. So today, it's the 30th. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. So today's a new moon. And so I'll be doing some things with the new moon. embracing that energy. So some journal prompts, some meditation, and probably some card pulls as well. And then tomorrow is a busy day, but I'm excited. So I work in the morning, and then I have an art show that I'm in that is really great. It's like showing emerging artists or just young artists affordable art for everyone. So I'm excited to go to that. And then after that, we have some other little parties and plans. But this year, I really wanted to just have a fun New Year's Eve, be social, dress up, and just go about the place. That was kind of my goal for the end of the year, to really just have like a fun time. Because if I'd be honest, my December has been kind of rough. I feel like with my reflections from the past year, I think I've been really hard on myself and kind of upset with my progress. So ways that I'm going to kind of help that is, with this New Year plan, doing things for myself so I can set myself up for success, but also um, on New Year's Day, I'm going to be meeting with my one of my friends, and we're going to be reflecting on the past year. So going through and being grateful for what has happened, and so expressing gratitude is a really great thing. Um, and then also reflecting on the past year and what worked, our accomplishments, what we can improve on, and then turning that into kind of like how are we going to come about this new year. So we'll be doing some heavy journaling, kind of going through each aspect of our life, getting really detailed. I think it's super important to be really detailed with your goals and what you want for yourself. So in your vision board, you can really think about it and break it down into a lot of details, or even journal about it if you want to keep your vision board more broad and vague. I think knowing exactly what you want to do sets you up better than not knowing as well. But I think leave room for change because I think nothing ever really goes to plan. Um, so setting yourself up with kind of knowing exactly what you're looking for so you can go about it, but also be open to change and spontaneity and other things happening. Um, that's kind of my New Year's plan, along with all this like cleaning, reorganizing, cleansing, getting rid of stuff that doesn't suit me, that I don't need, um, and then just, taking care of myself and celebrating life. It's important to remind yourself. That's kind of it for my little big sis talk. Um, and I hope you have found some benefit in it and are excited for the new year. You're joining me today to see my process and how I create a new piece. Yes, it is true. So, I'm gonna kind of take you through my creative process, how I get ready, how I get started, and kind of going through me making it as well, and maybe other things. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, basically, welcome to my process. As you can see, I've already primed my canvas. Usually, I stretch my canvases first on stretcher bars like this. Um, but I wanted the raw edge kind of tapestry look for this one. Um, so I just pinned it to the wall. I have this piece of paper that I keep on the wall for like painting and stuff so it doesn't get on the wall since I rent. Um, so yeah. So now we're trying something different. Lately I've been just inspired by like a lot of paper stuff. Like this piece back here is a paper piece. Kind of like the raw edge. Um, Something about that is calling to me. Um, So I'm just trying some different things, doing different mediums. I've been doing a lot of pastel work, oil pastels and stuff. Um, but I wanted to paint. So I have gessoed earlier, so I'm going to sand this um, because you want to also make sure you sand after you put gesso on so you have a smoother surface, because when you buy pre-made canvases, they're already smooth. But I don't like pre-made canvases because the paint doesn't soak in as much as I like it to. So I want my paint to kind of like be soft and melt into the canvas. So that's why I buy my own raw canvas and then gesso it myself. Um, you don't have to do white gesso. You can mix it with colors. You can also do clear gesso. So if you want to paint into the raw canvas first and then seal it in with clear gesso, you can. But for this, I did white gesso, and now I'm gonna sand that off camera. Um, and then we'll get started. I'll go through my process stuff. So I have like my sketchbook, my reference photos on my computer. And then I also have like inspiration books, art books and stuff, because I'm trying to get better about not consuming too much media, digital media, really limiting it, which can be hard because there's just so much information online. So I'm trying to find inspiration with things I already have, um, that sort of thing. So let's go. Actually, I'll show you how I sand just a little bit. I can't find my other sandpaper because I don't know where anything is in my home. Um, so I'm just using this little piece. Usually you want a bigger piece, but you want to do this so you don't damage your brushes. These brushes are expensive, and you don't want that. Circular movement, usually the best, to kind of get the surface rather than going up and down or side to side. Yeah. I think this was always one of my least favorite things to do. I think I skipped it a lot in college, which I shouldn't have. But okay, so I'm gonna go through some of my reference photos and like how I start. Usually, like if I see something I like or am inspired by, I will kind of go based off of that. Or if I'm having like feeling a certain emotion, feeling a certain type of way, something's really motivating me and I want to make it into art. It's like a form of expression, but also like therapeutic. So like I try to do sketches in my sketchbooks and stuff like that. Sometimes it doesn't happen like that, but sometimes it does. Um, and they're really basic sketches just to get the idea of things. So like this is what I'm going to be doing for this piece, is just kind of a longer rectangular piece. Um, really like the kind of indigo, periwinkle orange, purple, pink, orange kind of color palette. Sad, darker tones maybe. It's going to be like a curled up angel, siren person. I think I'm going to call it Aurora. I really like that name currently. But that's kind of just to like, sometimes I flesh my sketches out more, sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's just to get an idea down. And then I was looking in this composition book from Flesh PNG on Instagram. I love her stuff, their stuff. Um, so I was just kind of flipping through to get some inspiration. So I really liked the composition for this girl, the kind of crouched angel look. I thought that was nice. And then I love the colors that she has. She's using the periwinkle indigo color scheme with the orange pops. And I want to do this one. I feel like I haven't done a purple orange piece like this in a while. I used to do a lot more But I think since I did so much, I wanted to take a break from it. So now I'm coming back. I liked the color palette for this one as well. Same thing, it's like dark colors with pops of orange. That was nice. Again, the purplish blue orange. Love it. And then I saw this sketch of this girl and I was like, I really like that. It's Yennefer. And I love Yennefer. So these are my like reference photos that I'm looking at for kind of like body shape I'm looking at. It'll definitely be more elongated, linky, weird looking since I have such a long canvas and it's not like so square like this. I really liked this person's face. It was just so angelic. And then another kind of crouched pose, and then this one as well. And then I also had another reference picture. I have to airdrop it to myself first. This was the other one. It's supposed to be Nika Robin. I just really liked her dark hair and her features. So I kind of want that to be the face. So I'm going to do like dark hair and like similar features to her with also using this as a reference, but I think I wanted more of that elongated nose like she has. And I'll probably do some sort of variation of like this fetal position. um, yeah. And then I think I want to do wings as well. And then I think I kind of want to put scales on their legs. Maybe we'll see. Because I'm kind of liking this like office siren angel humanoid creature. I think so. We're gonna do something like that.